Are you unhappy and feeling stuck in your life? Do you hate the mirror because you don't like the way you look? I'm Kathy Tate, the Baldwarrior. When I was 8 years old, my sister died, and not knowing how to deal with it, I repressed my feelings to avoid more pain. A year later, my hair started falling out. That was devastating and scary, and it started years of doctor's visits and being experimented on as they didn't know how to fix me. This led me down a path of feeling not normal. I felt like a freak, and the bullying I experienced cemented my view of myself. So for 30 years, I hid myself, ashamed of how I looked, trying to just fit in and be like everybody else. I allowed abusive partners into my life. I drank too much and self-sabotaged because I didn't believe I was worth any more. The only good thing in my life was my son, and he kept me going when I didn't think I'd make it. When I turned 40, I realized I was the only one responsible for my happiness. So I went on a journey to discover how to find self-acceptance and self-love and take my power back. Now, I want to share this knowledge with the world and teach others how to use mindset tools and techniques so you too can find true self-love and begin to live the life of your dreams. Now, my dream life is living my passion, traveling the world to educate and eradicate social stigmas and bullying and bring about change everywhere I go. Together, we can change the world. I will show you how to own your shit, embrace your fears, love your skin, and defy social norms. Take the first step today. Join me on my Facebook page, Baldwarrior, share my journey, and find out how I can help you transform your life. Hi everybody, and welcome to today's edition of Own Your Shit Friday. I am really excited to have my friend Ondi Laure on here with me tonight. Ondi is a writer, and she is going to talk to us about her journey and her experiences and how she got to where she is today. So without further ado, hi Ondi, thank you for joining me.
Yes, happy to be here. Kathy, this is exciting.
Oh, it's so good to have you, Ondi. Do you want to tell my tribe a little bit about who you are and what you do?
Sure. I am an author. I've written since I was a little tiny girl. Not seriously, though, until about 10 years ago. I am first and foremost a mom. I have 3 awesome kids. And I'm a cattle rancher in northern Wyoming. We have combined, me and the kids have about 600 head of cows and 12 horses and a lot of bulls, close to 30 head of bulls. We have a lot of animals, and I write when I can, which sometimes isn't very often, but I try to write every day.
That's really cool, and I've heard you do your podcast while you've been out feeding your calves.
Yeah. Yeah, you can find the Story Launcher podcast most places. Facebook,
Awesome.
usually. Yep.
Yeah, it's a great story. It's a great story. So, Ondi, would that make writing your life's passion?
Yes, absolutely.
Cool.
Creativity.
Yeah.
And that's my outlet is writing. I'm very passionate about music, though I mostly dabble with music. I write a lot of songs. So yeah, writing, lyrics. I'm a wordsmith.
Yeah, that's cool. It's cool to have a creative outlet, right? I didn't find mine till much later in life. Yeah.
Everybody has one. It's just a knack. You know, some of us are more fortunate than others to realize it sooner in life. But everyone has a creative outlet.
Absolutely, I believe so. And I know that for me, I was so stuck up in the mental part of my life being an accountant and being a single mother that I never really reached into my creative side and figured that out. So it wasn't until that my son had left home and I was, you know, more on my own for the first time that I realized that I had all this stuff stuck in me. And it was actually art and then writing that helped me bring that out of myself and heal myself. So it can be transformational, getting those stories or lyrics or whatever they are, you know, artwork outside of you, right?
Absolutely. And I found earlier, well, I've always written this, and journaling is a great way to get the creative juices flowing. But with small children, a very powerful method to get the creativity flowing is dance, because kids love to dance.
Yeah.
And I know my girls, they always have a song in their head. They can sing a song just ad lib. And I think, you know, to dance with your kids it's a beautiful form of creativity.
Oh, absolutely. I love that. That's amazing. So when have you been the most happiest in your life, Ondi?
Oh, and my babies were little, of course. And I am the most happiest. I can bring happiness at any given moment if I'm in the zone and writing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. And I bet you find happiness reading novels as well, right?
You know, I'm kind of funny that way because I can get so into a book that I'm very selective and I don't read very often because I don't want to do anything else. I can start a book and I won't do anything.
Yeah, I'm the same.
I'll starve to death.
And I will not put it down if it's good. I'll even read all night until my eyes actually close on the phone.
The last time I got sucked into a book was Stieg Larsson's The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. I had to read all three of them like consecutive back to back. I mean, they were horrific books, but I was like,
amazing. Hey, do you know that there's sequels out to that now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got them. They're just fantastic. It is one of my favorite series of all. And I love that he wrote it first in another language and it was translated.
Well, that's why I'm so fascinated with it, because they're brilliantly written from a writing standpoint. But jag talar svenska. So I'd love to read them in Swedish. That's like on my bucket list someday to read them in the real language.
Can you read Swedish, Ondi?
I can. At one point in my life I could, but there's so much lost in a translation when a book's translated like that. So I'd really like to see, you know, compare it.
Yeah, absolutely. I know that I've seen both versions of the movies. They haven't done all of them in the English version, but the first 3 books they did in Swedish and had subtitles. And, you know, not a huge fan of watching movies in other languages and having subtitles, but that was worth it. That was just such a great job. They actually really stuck to the book, which is something I'm very passionate about. Don't you ruin my book in the movie.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. That just gave me goosebumps you saying that. So I have to.
So
those are powerful.
Tell us, Ondi, during your journey to where you've got today, what kind of self-sabotaging behaviours have been your bane, let's say?
Well, I didn't love myself for years and years. And so then I became dependent on getting affirmation from other people, my significant other, mostly. And that was denied for years and years. I wrote my first novel on the floor in the bathroom at night, so he wouldn't catch me because it was very frowned upon. And so then I just took that on. And I think the self-sabotage just went on, hearing it from the outside, and then I just mirrored it for so long.
Yeah. And
finally finding my own value and loving myself, realizing I didn't need somebody else's approval. I needed my own. Once I
to that realization.
What's that?
How did you come to that realization?
Oh, boy, that's a good question. I think when I finally just proved myself wrong and finished the book. But it was before that even. I just found love for myself. And, I was really unhealthy, and I kept kind of spiraling more unhealthy, taking on unhealthy habits.
Yeah.
And I was just in a spiraling down, 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 down. And I had little ones, and I thought, oh, what am I doing? I really got to drinking and noticed, I was an escape, and I didn't need that. I was a better person than that. And I think just the wisdom, the self awareness.
Yeah.
And nobody could have told me. I think my mother and friends might have said something, but I had to see it for myself. When I was trying to escape into drinking and coming in the house, because I'd only drink when you're cooking dinner. Have a glass of gin and tonic was my drink of choice.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I can't. We started coming in and starting dinner at 3:00 in the afternoon. It's a little early for dinner.
5 o'clock somewhere, Ondi.
Yeah. So I think just self-awareness is so huge, and knowing yourself, knowing what your weaknesses are.
Yeah.
And to know your weaknesses, you also have to know your strengths. So, and that's huge.
Yeah. So, that's really, really interesting. So was turning your life around like a series of steps for you, or was it a realization and you just woke up one day and went, what the hell am I doing to myself? Let's change everything.
It took years, Kathy. I was back and forth, and it took years and years and years. The final there was one final breaking point that I've been reading a lot of books and getting, some outside resources that helped me, but it was just always, one book or one course or one conversation with one person or one song or one just fed to another and it was just a sequence of events that saved me, that got me to where I am today.
Yeah. Well, I'm very glad you did, because otherwise I wouldn't have met you.
Right.
Yeah. So tell us, what message have you got as inspiration for my tribe who are striving for self-love, confidence, and to stop their own self-sabotaging?
I have the best advice for people. And it's hard. This is not an easy challenge. You have to surround yourself with positive, healthy energy and remove yourself from the negative. You can't grow and nurture yourself and evolve and be a high frequency being when you're surrounded by negativity and ugliness. It doesn't work.
Absolutely.
So you have to remove that. Yeah, and not only people, but you have to remove yourself from negative crap, junk, you have to clean out the clutter and clean out your closet.
Yep. I think you've nailed it, Ondi. It's so important, and I think it's a giant first step, because the weight that lifts off you when the negativity and the junk and all that stuff that's been piling up in your life, whether it's physical or emotional, it has a toll on a person. And once we can free ourselves of that, the other side is amazing, right? You feel so much lighter and motivated and inspired.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, Kathy, when you're surrounded by all that negative and you kind of take on, I'm like a sponge. Most women are. We take on all that negativity. We seem to attract what we emit. So it's so easy just to keep attracting crap, and that's what you're around. Yeah.
Absolutely, especially when you're stuck in that cycle. It is second nature to just reflect back what you're given by the closest around you, and then of course you put that that energy out to the universe, and the universe is going to send it straight back, because it's basically a mirror. So tell us, Ondi, what does the future hold for you?
Oh, I am in love with life. I'm having a blast. I'm writing and creating, and I recently started doing voice lessons. So I'm learning to sing with some of my lyrics, and I've got more books in my head than I have time to get down. People are right now have too many cows. I gotta get rid of some cows. So I've been noticing I'm a little resentful when I have to go outside and feed cows and do cow work because I want to write.
I love
But
that you multitasked the cow visit and created a podcast, though. I mean, that's brilliant.
yeah, I need to do more, and yeah, I need to get some more video. I've got to have a little cameraman, my little camera girl out there.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, maybe you could even grab some sort of app and audio to text and write your book in the paddocks.
Right, there you go. Yeah, absolutely. I've got some old video of me riding my horse and talking about my first novel. I'll have to find those and share them.
Amazing.
They're
Amazing. So, Ondi, tell us how people can follow your journey. And I do believe you're helping others write their own stories to get that part of themselves out. So please do share with us how they can follow you and how they can find you if they want that help.
wonderful. Love to. Well, I'm on Facebook at OL Shep is my old pen name. I don't go by that, but it's stuck with Facebook. And my new pen name is Ondi Laure, and I'm at ondilaure.com. And also my writing program is at storylauncher.com, where I can help anyone at any stage of their writing. I like to think of it as a smorgasbord of pick and choose or the whole enchilada. And I know a lot of writers that have books actually written, but they're sitting there, so I can help them market it so that authors can keep 100% of their royalties. You know, I just recently turned down a book contract where I'm doing all the work. I have a lot of sweat and tears and even blood in these pages, and they want 80% of my profits, and that's just not right. That's not fair. So we can launch it. I have a very unique methodology, and where we're creating this platform based on whatever the need is around your story. It's convoluted, but it makes sense when you get involved in it. So yeah, I'd love to connect and hear from people. I'm doing a launch. I'm going to close my beta group. I'm going to keep it open until the 31st for people to have a free consult with me. And I'm going to do my webinar probably on the 10th of March is the date I'm shooting for. So yeah, please connect.
Awesome. Well, I'll get those off you so we can put some links down below this video for everybody that's interested. And if you are writing your story and you need a little bit of help, or maybe you're ready to self-publish, reach out to Ondi. She has so much experience and she can steer you through all the pitfalls that are out there, because it certainly can be hard finding the right person to help bring that story out. You know, our stories are such precious things. And for those of us who are not natural born writers, it can be a tough journey getting that book out of yourself. So some help would be amazing. And this is the woman to do it, everybody. Thank you so much, Ondi, for coming on my show tonight. I really appreciate your time.
Absolutely. And I'll send you some snow from Wyoming.
Yeah, lovely. I bet it's cold there too, right? In the middle of...
It's really cold. Yeah, it's really cold.
Amazing. It's pretty warm here in Australia. But I'm off to New Zealand on the weekend, so it might be a little bit cooler there, I'd say.
Poor thing. I don't feel sorry for you at all.
Thank you so much for joining me, Ondi. Thank you, everybody, for your time and watching Own Your Shit Friday. I'm Kathy Tate. I'm the Baldwarrior, an author, international speaker, mindset coach, and management accountant. Reach out and connect, guys. We want to know what your story is, and we want to help you stop self-sabotaging, take control back, and start living your dream life. So I'll see you next Friday, same time, same place, on the Baldwarrior page. That's it from me.